Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Biotech, the first Wendigo, episode 90, Uranium Slugs. So first order of business at the start of the stream is just to sort of upkeep the base. There's a lot more sort of general maintenance to do before we get into more projects. So some of the general maintenance would be cleaning up all these impids so that we can reset the kill box. This did work out well. And then also cleaning up all of the bugs down here and potentially turning them into more chem fuel. So a little reminder about the bugs. We had an infestation pop up here as a result of all of the decaying waste packs. And then those bugs fought other bugs. It was a bug zerk catastrophe. It was actually kind of hilarious and awesome. So that has yet to be done as well. And then, of course, we have got the new IVF mod. I forgot to mention that, but Cathanon, which actually is the namesake of the Sangovage, made a mod where you can extract sperm samples from males, and that way you can have male prisoners and use their genetics, so it's not just a female thing, which is really nice because, you know, I have basically an entire prison full of females. The only males I ever keep were the genies and hussars. But now there's a little bit of gender equality in that, so that's exciting, I guess. Not so much for the males that I'm going to be capturing, but exciting nonetheless. And it also allows me to harvest Guero as well, so that's something I could do. Is the mod on Steam? It is, yes. It's being used by hundreds of people already, and I will demo it shortly. I just want to finish redesigning the hospital, making it a little bit larger. Will Fankface be doing those operations as well? Yes. So, well, take care, because I think from experience we know how well his operational skills go. We also have the War Queen gestating, so that needs a bunch more cycles, but I will try every time it's waiting for regestation. I will try to remember to trigger the regestation so that that War Queen comes sooner than later. So in terms of bug butchering, let me see here. Kish. So I'm going to set the fabric cores to behind the walls, which should allow them to get down to the insects, because I don't think they were butchering the bugs, which I have done forever. And then they will butcher the bugs and then turn them into chem fuel. So we're going to have a lot of chem fuel as a result, which is really good. So they don't have to use rice. And another thing that you can see is I'm starting to have rice overflow. So I am going to need to design some sort of overflow. Basically, we just have a lot more resources than I commonly have. Oh, another thing that I wanted to mention. After doing some additional science, you know, as Wendy does, it was determined that the children here do not benefit from learning assistance, but they do benefit from genetic implantation. So going forward, I'm not going to bother installing learning assistance when they're 3, but xenogerm implantation for babies it works, and it does help them learn more. So if you're wondering why I stopped xenogerm implantation, that would be why. So some of the southern wall here needs to be repaired. We still, of course, have a ton of impids that are laying about, and I don't really have a place to put them at the moment because we're kind of out of corpse storage. Another thing to note is it would be probably a good idea for possibly Wendy to also start making corsets. She works very, very fast, and it would be good for her crafting skill, and she has crafting passions, so it would be good for her mood as well. So once she does a little bit of additional repair work, because some of the kill box is critically damaged, I think it would be wise for her to spend some time crafting, and that will allow me to call in more trade caravans and potentially buy... What I'm really looking for is to be able to buy side trainers, because if Wendy got far skip, that would be incredible. I mean, I sort of doubt that she will get far skip, but there's a chance. There is always a chance. Cactus is up here getting plasteel again. Our plasteel numbers, yeah, they're looking okay. Wendy already has far skip. Oh, true. What was I thinking? I think I'm thinking of, no, now that she has far skip, yeah, right. She does have that. Never mind. I would still like to fill out her side casting, though, to be able to get other casts like Neuroquake. Neuroquake would kind of upset everyone, but she doesn't really care about that. Alright, it looks like we are butchering bugs now. That's good. And then these new shelves just hold more rice. If I start to amass more and more rice, I'll have to keep a close eye on it. What I will start to do is to plant other things. Potentially for profit, but, you know, who knows. So in about 1 day, we have a growth fat baby coming out. A little reminder about this baby. They are sort of incomplete dirt mole. They don't have the all the dirt mole stuff, but some of the dirt mole stuff. And I have already picked a name out for that baby if it survives. Big if. Oh, OC, you are done? Yes. Oh, no, you're not done. So they don't have to deep drill for steel. I've been attempting to mine mountains because it's a little bit more reliable. Do I have empty gene banks? I think we might be full. Oh no, we have 2 more spaces. Okay. I gotta be careful about that because this room is filling up like crazy. Belhar, thank you for the resub. So the next egg harvest is in about a day or so. And hopefully we'll have more new specimens to be able to implant usefully. Okay. Looking good. Does Neuroquake hit your own mechs? I think it might. Because mechs can be affected by Berserk. I've actually never used it on both. So some of these mega spiders out here, is that due to decay? No, it's just due to like fire or damage or something. Alright, so we're now repairing up the kill box. And then once that is all nice and repaired, I'll retask Wendy on something a little bit more useful. So here's a poll for what is more useful. Here it is. I could expand egg extraction and breeding, if you'd like. I could add additional defenses. I've sort of worked on defenses, but not nearly enough. There's always more work to be done, right? There's always more layers of defenses to be added. I could gain resources from Ancient Dangers boss farming or mining. One of the things that might be interesting is to do Ancient Dangers for Architect Legs, but also I could try to trade for them as well. But Architect Legs would allow Wendy to move even faster. if that's a thing that you all want to see. Sounds a little ridiculous, but I don't know. I could dig it. What is this? Crafting spot? I don't need that anymore. So it is up to you. You're welcome to vote. Corpses are slowly getting processed. Some armchairs in case Wendy does end up doing tailoring. Because I think it would be wise to keep the workstations separate so that Wendy can work at a different one that he's saying. I don't think there's a source of power that this facility can reach. Alright. That's some more cabling. We're probably getting to the point where most of the kill... No, there's still a lot yet to be repaired. I take that back. Ah, we extracted very fast runner. I think that's a second copy. And it looks like everybody that I would scan's genes are currently regrowing. Because I'm not going to scan T-Sang. Yeah, I don't think it's important to scan him because we now have elongated fingers. So let's check on egg timers. We have like 12 hours is the longest timer, I think. Or 22 hours. So yeah, tomorrow at about noon, I'll go ahead and extract. Growth moments. So 88 Jack is going to have a growth moment soon to 3. This baby is going to be born in half a day. Stickiest, which is a genetic prisoner, is 13, and at 16 I'll extract. Kath is just growing until like 18 probably. And then low is 3 and still aging up. It's surprising how much damage there was around the base. I think from tantrums as well. Just everything was a little broken. Needed some spit and shine. Elbow grease. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So I called in 2 trade caravans. My relationship with the allies that we have is pretty low. So, oh, I didn't call in the tribe though. Let me call them in. I forgot that I was allied with them. I'm gonna call a war merchant in for them because I have a lot of stupid weapons that could be used for trade. And it looks like we're going to be adding defenses. Okay. So in terms of improving defenses, one thing that we could do is treat this area here as an opportunity to shoot enemies. So one of the things we would be able to do is to put in things like uranium slug turrets and to put them on false switches so we can turn them on and off at will. So that if anyone passes through here, they can get slugged. Uranium slug turrets are most accurate at close distance. Or at far distance, sorry, the exact opposite of what I just said. So this would work really well and would keep enemies away from the point blank range that is bad for uranium slug turrets. So I think that's the first project I'm going to do, is add some slugs. It does mean that I'm going to want to find some underground uranium. So that means that Wendy should probably stop constructing and smithing and go back to research, so that we can scan for that. And I'm also going to turn off the high-tech research bench so that Brazit also ground scans, because we're going to need more uranium, both for the construction of the slugs and also for the rearming of the slugs. But that will be a really good anti-mech defense, as long as the mechs aren't breachers or sap. Well, there are no sapper mechs, but as long as they aren't breachers. So the other thing I'm going to do here is to barricade this up. I'm actually not certain whether or not they benefit from cover, but I'm going to barricade it up anyway. And then I'm going to have a wall behind it, which allows us to resupply from behind relatively safely. And I will have this be just a steel wall. And then between each slug, I'll have walls so they can't chain explode. So we'll put 5 slugs in here. Like that. Then the active power that they use should probably not be in front. The way I like to do it is to have dead power in the sort of in the front, because it can get damaged, it doesn't matter, and then guaranteed power in the back, so that chain exploding turrets can't disrupt the power. Then the other thing to add in is a back wall. I think here. This back wall is going to have to be too thick. 2 units thick, not TOO. So that we don't, it can hold up against the slugs. So something to do would be to cut this off here. It could be very simple with just a steel wall and door. That way, enemies traveling to the kill box down here are going to have to take this corridor, and the slug turrets will have free reign to fire on them. The only issue with this, however, is that they will travel. The range at which they can shoot is somewhat limited because of the slug turrets. So that's going to be another point of concern. And there's also some of the additional things I'd like to add in, which I will work on in just a minute. But let me make sure that I measured that correctly. Yeah, okay. So we'll put... I'm just going to put slate back here. It doesn't need to be super hardy. That will do. I'm going to double check that I don't have uranium revealed. Silver up there. Steel. No, I don't believe there's any uranium revealed anyway. So we're going to want to scan for uranium. I think what I'll do is I'll have Wendy on construction and Bryzid on research. Then I'm going to have this cutout in the cave. The purpose of this cutout in the cave is so that Wendy can stand here and psycast upon people coming in. And I'll have it be a quick access open door so that I can open and close it rapidly. And then another thing to do is to trim away some of the useless mountain so that the slug turrets have as much vision as possible. Keeping a little extra cushion just in case of just in case of missed shots and splash damage and thumpers and all that. So we have a healthy vat birth between Rorth and Kiss My Cactus. Let me take a look at the genes. So this is a partial dirt mole. And this one is going to be named after one of my Patreon patrons. Let me pull that name up real quick. This one is Chimic. Chimic. I'll do Chimic Clark. There we go. You are healthy, so let's go ahead and implant the baby xenogerm. Ordered. Make a new baby xenogerm. Done. And operate and then stick him back in the vat until he's at least 16. Jack just became a child. You will. Hold on. Can't remember whether you can be released or not. You are... Yeah. You're called... yeah, you can remain free. Doesn't have any genes that prevent being a full-fledged colonist. Drinks on you. Cheers. And Wild Video, thank you for the raid. You're playing Watch Dogs Legion. I have not. But welcome. What brings you here? And Crimson Rust, thank you for the resub. So Orange Chaos is wrapping up the mining in the tunnels. And then I'll have a mine up here. T-Sang is one advanced component away from being done with the advanced component queue. Half an hour until the mech gestator is done. Looking good. Looking quite good. So I hope these slug turrets work out well. The other thing I could do is I could drain I could drain some of this lake here and add autocannon turrets down here as an alternative method for fire. They don't have quite the range of the slugs, but the only worry that I have, or the only reservations that I have doing that, is that the autocannon turrets could be, depending on how I position them, could either limit the firing arcs of the slug turrets or could actually be fired upon by the slug turrets. So I'm not committed to that yet. I might, but I'm not sure yet. How's the Toxpack situation? Not too many Toxpacks. 129. Plus what we've decayed down here. It's a mess down here. I might sick Rosie on this. Get her to clean up that mess. Because it is, well, it is messy. And we do have a Warfare of Fortune. Alright. 3 groups of impids from the Clades of Theons harassing caravans. The first group of impids will contain 28 berserkers, a chief, penitents, and warriors. 2 similar-sized groups will follow soon after. 8 Jenny units will be placed on my control, but they could die of no consequence. And here are the rewards. Yeah, we'll vote on this. For reference, it's decent rewards. A bombardment targeter, death rest serum, cataphract helmet, honor, Eltex robe, reader, and sensitizer. I don't really need any more impids in the prison. I have a lot of impids in the prison, so we're not likely to take them prisoner, as I have, like, what, 9 impids already? But it might be possible to turn the groups into, you know, corsets and meals, something like that. We'll see. Starvation. Oh, yeah. I guess I implanted you and never put you back. That's kind of peak Wendy. Let's go grow you. We could also rip scan them. Absolutely. I haven't really been doing a lot of robot mechanator type stuff. So although I have no problem rip scanning, we haven't really used the cores. Not to say that it wouldn't. Alright, I think it is egg time. So I'll start queuing them up. Oh, no, 1 hour for pin. Whatever, I can still queue it up. I'll just have to remember to go back for pin. I have so many prisoners that they're, like, stacked up on one another, making queuing this up oddly hard. There we go. Alright, Fangface. You were wondering how many of them we would butcher. Here's your answer. 1 so far. Good. Trade caravan should be arriving soon, I think. Ovum Harvest should have a radio button like Human Harvest. While I agree, I am definitely treating RimWorld very differently than the norm. I think most normal people don't mass harvest eggs in a typical RimWorld playthrough. So although I agree it would be nice, I don't know if 99.99% of people would ever use it. Not to say it's not worth having. And aristocrats needing help. I have 7 days to react to this. So it's 8 days for an acolyte and 3 court allies. They're sick with blood rot. I have to keep them happy. And it's okay rewards. Who is Leo? Leo is a 26-year-old baseliner, pacifist. Kind of a lot of work for not a lot of rewards. Would be my 2 cents on that. But I'll let you vote on it anyway. All right. Orange Chaos, how about you go back to recharge? I think Cactus can handle the rest of the mining. So the pillboxes are almost done, and then we just have the turrets. Wow! I just randomly checked. I am 100% guaranteed to find something from the ground pen scanner. Methinks you rounded wrong. Because, well, I don't have a guaranteed find. So how many prisoners do we got? We've got 13, so I should end up with 13 eggs total. And then we can also consider harvesting eggs off of mass and MIDI if we wanted as well. That wouldn't be too unreasonable. Which means I might need more space in this ovum container. Also, let's put sperm samples in here as well. But knowing that it's, I'm obviously going to need more space, I'll just, I'll work on that already. Frosty has eggs as well. Yes, true. True. That she does. All right. Then the idea here is to just stick a door here as a sort of a line of sight blocker, so she can poke out, cast, and then jump back in. Is Sperm spammable mod? Yes, and you can see my mod list in the details. All right, looks like we are going to fight the 3 groups of inputs for pay. So, question for all of you: what is the rewards? $12 honor, or bomb targeter, death rest, serum, and Kata helmet, or Eltec's robe, Psi reader, Psi sensitizer. Have you guys picked? All right, let's get some of the eggs going. Wendy will do the operation on her own test subjects. Not that I don't trust Fangface, but I don't trust Fangface. Okay, all 3 are done. Cool. And done way faster than the speed at which they work. You know what? No, I already have elongated fingers. I don't really need T-Sync scans. So 15, 16, 17 eggs. How many did I say I should have total? 17. Yeah, so we've done them all. Poor Violet and Rosie. These prisoners are puking everywhere. Another thing I want to do is to have, once the War Queen is done, to have Judea resurrected. So, hopefully... I could also make another... Well, I could make another pod, too, a gestation. I don't know. I'll consider it. I'll think about it. Yep. That I know, Cathedon, that I know. The sperm samples need to be frozen. Okay, so it looks like we're going to do Bomb Targeter, Death Rest, and Cataphract Helmet. Should we host the 4 Royals? Yes or no? Put a timer on that. So that was this quest. Aristocrats needing help. It's an acolyte, 3 court allies. Need to keep them happy. They have blood rot, and these are the rewards. It's a decent amount of honor, but we might have our hands full with the impids that are coming. So I'll leave that up to you. I mean, it does pay good honor though, and I could consider making Kath's an adult, and a beautiful adult at that, which is going to be oh boy, I just realized. If you're a Sangophage and you're beautiful, oh boy. So Sangophages already have a beauty +1, and then additionally being beautiful is a beauty +2, putting you as a beauty +3. Luckily, Wendy is not the envious of beauty type, but everybody's going to be hitting on you. Like everybody's going to be hitting on you. So beauty stacks like that. So if you take a look at beauty 3. And then, of course, there's a chance to implant aesthetic shaper and aesthetic nose for beauty +5, which I think is probably the max. I can't really think of any way to get higher than that. But, I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. I might need to put the... Yeah, I'm going to need to do it. To put the hauler bots on haul-specific zones. Because I don't have any steel in the base right now. And they are hauling other things. And it's nice to have those other things hauled. But I really need steel right now. So. Mechs. Lifters on hauling. Let's free up Kish. Oh, here comes my traders. It is -45 Celsius out, so I think I need to run as fast as I can to go trade with them because they're likely to leave the map tile basically immediately. What's funny is the delay in the traders actually arriving at your colony means that you can call them in when it is appropriate temperature. And then they get there and they're like, whoa, way too cold. And they turn around and leave. So I have all this insect jelly that I was looking to sell. And I do have some duplicate genes, but it's really hard to tell what I've got. An ageless, size-sensitive fur skin. That's not a bad gene pack. I don't believe I have ageless anywhere else. But I think I'm going to leave that one alone. Regardless. Gene pack for standard body. I don't know. I find that funny. Would you like to purchase this? You will look average. Well, yeah, let me consider it. Wow, they have a nuclear stomach for sale? I might just buy that outright, because I know I'm going to have more Wendigos to modify. Did I sell that jelly? No, I haven't yet, but I'm about to sell some of it. Very little of it, apparently. Anything else to buy here? I could buy their steel, but we have a lot of steel just yet to be hauled. I have tons of archive capsules. So yeah, I think we're good. Alright, let's... Oh, I could also give. So this is the Glitterworld Empire. I'm going to gift jelly to them. And corsets. To shore up our relationship. As was just suggested in chat. Animal pulses are relatively useless because there's never any animals here. Cold, tolerant, and aggressive. Don't need that. Calm. Dead calm on its own? Oh. Oh. Yeah, I might want that. Where's our old dead calm? Mid-black hair. I'm gonna sell the mid-black hair dead calm and just buy dead calm on its own. Solar pinhole, smoke pop. I don't know if Wendy knows solar pinhole and smoke pop. I'm gonna buy the death rest serum with the not money that I currently have. Hang on. Go like this. Get back here. So, let's go ahead and... Solar pinhole, I definitely have. Do I have smoke pop? I don't. Smoke pop would be really handy if I want to take on mech turrets. So, let's get that. Smoke pop. Dead calm. Sell the old dead calm, which was... this. So we can have it isolated, because I don't need to change people's hair color. I don't care. What else? Death rest serum. Still don't have enough money for that, so I'll sell an Archite capsule. Yep, that will work. It's too bad I haven't inseminated those eggs yet, because my guess is most of them are going to be sold, but you know, they're going to leave immediately because it's so dang cold. Oh well, missed opportunity. You think I was running out of death rest machines that I found useful? Hemopumps aren't terrible. I wouldn't mind some additional hemopumps. Just to have a lot of hemogen, so I don't have to worry about running out of hemogen mid-combat. And then the other trader should be on its way. So I have 3 days to accept the Warfare of Fortune. So I want to accept the Warfare of Fortune probably after the traders leave, so that they don't, you know, the Warfare trader that I hired doesn't arrive and immediately die. Because I have a lot of tribal impid weapons to sell them, and I'm about to get more tribal impids showing up at the map tile, so... So even more important to make sure. All right. Yeah, I have maxed out the ovum. Let's demo the sperm extraction by popping open Guero's pod here. Doing a little operation. Another thing that I want to time is when Wendy's next death rest is. I don't really want giant swarms of impids arriving when she's sleeping. Don't I want to include the western entrance? I don't know what you mean. You'll have to be more specific. For the slugs. The western map entrance? Oh, yeah. You know, I could do that. Yeah. How about I do that? Done. Relatively easy to do. Thanks for pointing that out. I'll just put some doors in here for myself. And then anyone entering west will have to go up and around. Alright, so that's the new baby xenogerm. Although I don't have any babies coming. But, hey, Guero. So here's how to extract sperm. It's kind of the same as extracting eggs. Oh, wow. First try, we extract uranium. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So there was a drill here. And... well, that's not perfect. Okay, so Guero has had his sperm extracted. Here it is. Spoils in 2 days. I'm just going to have him go right back into the casket. The cooldown for sperm extraction is 8 hours. Just happened an hour ago. And then you just select the sperm and you go fertilize ovum and you can pick the ovum. So let's figure out a good subject for Guero. So Guero is a dirt mole. And I'm going to cross dirt mole with impid. Impid has a lot of xenogenes that I don't want represented. So what I'm hoping to do is to filter out a lot of the impid genes by using someone that has negative metabolic efficiency. That's the hope. Oh, I didn't mean to hit combat command. Oh well. My fault. I meant to hit work, drive. Anywhere that has tribal weapons, I will add, or any weapons at all, I'll add temporary stockpiles so that I can sell those weapons because there's no enemies on the map tile. Yeah, Guero's in cryo because he has good genes, but he has terrible traits, and I don't really want to deal with annoying voice gourmand pessimist, who's also, you know, yeah. So he's genetically important, but his traits are going to get him killed. So keeping him on ice like that is actually a bit of a kindness, if you ask me. My relationship with the tribals were actually pretty solid, so I don't really need to worry about gifting them anything. But I do need to worry about gifting the civil union stuff, because my relationship with them is pretty miserable, and if I don't, we're going to lose our alliance, and then it's a lot harder to get back an alliance, because you have to go all the way back to 75, which is annoying. But yeah, you can see the quantity of just junk weapons on the map tile that we have is ridiculous. I have so many. Just trash weapons. Nothing like giving the tribals high-tech weapons of war, right? Wendy doesn't care. Shredded clothing. Old clothing, and I think that's all they can afford. That's a mighty good cleanup. I'll gift some of the tattered clothing to them too. These old pants and shirt. A little bit of a gift. Okay, nice. I'm sure they'll leave, like, immediately. But now my weapon stockpile isn't full of stupid bows. Taking up room. So where did the fertilized egg go? General stockpile, I bet? Someone hauled it away. What the heck happened to it? Oh, it's right here. Inspect genes. That's interesting. It's yeah, it's a very, very strange. It's technically allowed. Like, I could grow this as a colonist. It's really too bad that they got super heat tolerant and fire spew. I wouldn't mind introducing unhappiness, because unhappy is a +3 metabolic efficiency, which would be really useful for Wendigos to have. But I don't think that this egg specifically is special in any way, so probably just dump it. Alright, let's do some additional fertilization then. And I think, you know, it will be... I'm going to have Guero do a bunch of the fertilization. I'm not going to overthink it and be all scientific about it, because I could spend hours trying to figure out perfect combinations. So I'm just going to have Guero fertilize a whole bunch of eggs, because he hasn't really. Or maybe Bryzet. Actually, forget that. I'll have Bryzet do it. And there goes the trade caravan. So we have one hemopump. Wow. All right, let's get another hemopump before Wendy has to do death rest. And then I have 2.5 days for the impids. Little concerned that she's going to need to death rest in the middle of the war, but whatever. So this is Ryzet's turn to try to make babies. Thank you for tuning in to The First Wendigo, which originally streamed live on Twitch, February 5th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. I hope to catch you in the next episode or an upcoming stream. Adios, my fellow Wendigos.